Hi and welcome to Sandicliffe Ford in Nottingham. I am Sian Gabbidon. We are live on Facebook, so sit back, relax, because over the course of the next 20 minutes, I'm very excited to introduce you guys to what is a once in a generation of a moment for an icon of the Ford brand. It's the Ford Mustang. Now, for the first time in 55 years, Ford have expanded on their original Mustang lineup. They've taken all of those ingredients from the original Mustang, from progress, freedom, that hint of rebellion, and they've brought to you the all-new Mustang Mach-E. Bursting with features and technologies, all electric, with some fantastic functions and features, but still giving that really exhilarating drive. And as you can see, it really is an incredible looking car. Now, I'm excited because I'm not here on my own today at Sandicliffe Ford. I have Tony here from the dealership. Hi Tony, how are you?
Hi Sean, I'm well, thank you.
Good. Now, this is obviously a huge moment for the Ford team, so how excited are you to introduce this car to your customers?
Well, I'm particularly excited. I saw this vehicle 2 years ago. We had a Ford Go Live event across Europe at Amsterdam. So we you were timed to walk around the vehicle, about 30 seconds. That's all we saw.
Wow.
But we've got the vehicle in the showroom. Fantastic.
It is. And to see it and to be here, it really is an incredible car. The Mach-E really is the pinnacle of the all-electric vehicle range from Ford. And if you're a Ford fan, I would probably say there's never been a better time to consider going all-electric. I'm sure you would agree, Tony.
I do. The future's now. You know, electric is here. We've got hybrid. We've now got full electric. Our fleet team, we do a lot of vehicles across the country through our fleet department, and all of those companies are now basically saying to their staff, you have got to go electric or hybrid. They're not looking at normal combustion engines. This has changed.
The future's now, isn't it, Tony? It is, and I think this would be an incredible first car to have as an electric car. Don't forget, guys, we are live on Facebook, so if you have any questions, anything you want to know about this bad boy, send them in. Me and Tony are here to answer those questions. Don't panic if we don't get through them all. The team will come back in the coming days with those answers. Now, I don't know about you, Tony, but I think this would turn some heads in Hollywood, and for that reason, we have teamed up with a Hollywood A-lister to star alongside the car. Take a look at this.
Should have seen this coming. An icon. Built for freedom. The open road. Power and rebellion. And just when you think you know where they're going, they do something unexpected. Something that moves us all forward and holds nothing back. The all-electric Mustang Mach-E. An SUV with the heart of a Mustang.
Fantastic advert there, I'm sure you would agree. Great to see Idris starring alongside some of those iconic Mustangs. You've got your 1968 film Bullitt Mustang. Great to see. So let's take a look at the exterior of the car. Let's look at some of the original Mustang features and how it's been brought into the 21st century. If we start over by the front, you've got your shark nose with the long bonnet finish. Original Mustang feature. As we work our way up, you will see the fast coupe roofline. What's really nice about this roofline is the way they've used these two colours. It gives that nice streamlined effect finish, but it's actually got that little bit of hidden headroom up there as well. Really nice feature. You've got your rear haunches, unmistakable Mustang feature, really giving that presence back there. As we go around to the back, you've got your rear lights, the tri-bar design here. Again, another Mustang feature. If we go back to the side now, this is my favourite feature of the whole exterior of the car. You will notice that there are no door handles on this car. So it's got a really nice fluid, clean look to it. And to get in, you use the e-latch system, which is literally magical. It's just so simple but so effective. We go back to the front, you've got your headlights, again with that same tri-bar design as you have at the back, with the daytime running lights as well on this car. If we look over to the front, what you will see are that you've got your front grille. Well, you haven't actually got a front grille because there's no front grille on this car. There's no air intake needed for an air-breathing combustion engine. And just underneath that, what you will see are the active aero vents. Now these improve aero efficiency or aid cooling depending on what you need them for at the time. So you can see there some of the key features. It's still a Mustang, it's still got all those original Mustang features. It's literally just been brought into the 21st century in a world full of high performance electric vehicles. One of the things you wouldn't notice from the exterior is the fact that this car delivers near instantaneous torque and acceleration. Take a look at this clip.
The rules of gravity cannot be changed, but can they be beat? Can torque be generated at such a force that the agreed upon rules and theories of what's possible no longer apply?
Stand clear.
Another fantastic clip there, I'm sure you would agree. You really see the power of that acceleration there in that clip. Now, the Mach-E really is a step into the future, and the battery technology is something that here at Ford we have spent a long time perfecting. So let's take a closer look at the heart of the Mach-E, the battery and transmission. Now, you will see here on screen, you've got the layout and placement of the battery, so they're in turquoise. This has been designed alongside the chassis and the body of the Mach-E, and this creates improvements both for the safety and handling of the car, which is fantastic. You've got two different battery sizes available, so you've got your 68 standard range, 68 kilowatt standard range and your 88 kilowatt extended range. What does that mean in layman's terms? That basically means with your extended range on a rear wheel model, that could give you up to 379 miles, and then you've got around 335 on an all-wheel drive model. The Mach-E comes as either a rear wheel drive with a single motor or an all-wheel drive with dual motors both front and rear. And all of the Mach-E's have a single-speed automatic transmission. Another really interesting feature of this car is the regenerative braking. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, you're going to see a little diagram in a minute, which is basically showing the car in motion. So a high voltage battery and an electric motor completely replace the conventional powertrain and fuel tank. So what you're going to see now is as the car brakes, every time these brakes are applied, the kinetic energy is recovered and used to charge the high voltage battery. So it's a really, really efficient way of driving the car. It's similar to what's used in Formula One. A really, really great feature. So we've seen how the car uses its energy when it's on the move. How about when it's at home? Let's ask some key questions that you're probably wanting to know, especially if it's your first time with an electric car. How do I charge it up at home? The answer is very, very easily. We're going to pop up this front trunk. You will see in here we have the 3-pin UK plug. We also have the 32 amp. You can use both of those to charge the car, but if you wanted to charge it a little bit quicker, what you will see across the way is the wall box. Now you can request to have these fitted at home, wherever you want them fitting. These will charge the car fully in 10 hours, so it's a much quicker, more efficient way of charging. You come home from work, you pop your car on charge, it's ready to go the next day. So they're your options for charging when you're at home. How about out and about on the move? Another key question, especially as I say if it's your first time, how do I know where to charge it? How do I find them? Again, it's very easily. The first thing to mention is there are 155,000 charging units across Europe, with 9,500 of those based here in the UK. That means you will never struggle to find somewhere to charge this car. How will I find those charging units? So you've got two options with the car. You have the next gen sync system, which literally will become your best friend. I'm going to show you more about this system. It's fantastic. This system is built into the car, and it basically tells you everything you need to know, not just about the car, but also charging stations. If you're going on a journey, it will give you all your charging points along the way. It gives you everything that you need to know. Aside from that, then you have your Ford Pass app. Now, the Ford Pass app is another great way of getting the information. It just is on your mobile phone. This gives you the same information the next gen sync system does, but as I say, it's just on your mobile. So you've got two really easy ways of finding your charging points. Another thing worth mentioning are the Ionity charging points. Now, you're going to see some examples of these on screen. These are super fast charging stations that are dotted around the UK. They're a Ford supported charging system, and what's fantastic about these is if you go to your local service station, you've got your charging point, you pop your car on charge, you run in, go to the loo, get yourself a coffee. By the time you've come out, you've got an extra 73 miles within 10 minutes of charging. So it's a really fast, efficient way of charging the car. So we've talked about some of the key features. You've decided you want one. Let's look at what options you have of purchasing this vehicle. So what you're going to see now, you've got your four derivatives. You've got two different battery types. So you have your all-wheel drive and your rear-wheel drive. All-wheel drive extended range, you're looking at 335 miles as mentioned earlier. Your standard range around 248. If we look at the rear-wheel drive, this on the extended range gives a little bit more, so you've got 379 miles, and then the standard range 273. What's the difference visually with these two cars? So what you're going to see now, you've got your all-wheel drive and your rear-wheel drive. You're going to see two different versions of the car. Now, I'm going to start by saying both of these cars look fantastic. It literally is down to preference at this stage. I would probably just say that your all-wheel drive has a bit more of a sporty premium finish to it, but as I say, it's completely down to your own preference really. You'll see your all-wheel drive, it's got the bigger 19-inch alloys with the red calipers. It's got the headlamps with those signature daytime running lights, your grille in the blade look, mirror caps in pillar black. As you can see, the finishes are just a little bit more premium. Your side claddings and wheel arches in the pillar black too. And if we also have a look at some of the extra features you get with the extended range. Now we're going to take a little look inside in a second, but we'll start with this. So you've got your full panoramic roof. Now what's fantastic about this roof is it's not only does it look fantastic, it's also UV protected, so it's keeping you and your family safe while you're in there. You've got your 8-way power memory front seats, your power foldable door mirrors, your B&O, so your Bang & Olufsen 10-speaker sound system, which is fantastic, right on the dashboard, your hands-free tailgate, and finishing with your advanced active park assist with that 360 camera that we all know, love, need and want. So I think it's time we popped inside the car and took a little look at the interior. Now, as soon as you get in this car, you really feel powerful. It's high up, the interior is premium, there's been absolutely no expense spared finishing this car. The first thing you're going to notice when you get in the car are these beautiful leather seats that you sit on. Now, they're not just any leather, these are Sandicliffe vegan leather. And for me, it's all about the attention to detail. And what you can see, you've got the beautiful red stitching across the seats. Really nice finishing touch. If we then look in front of us, we've got the Bang & Olufsen 10-speaker sound system I've talked about. It's the weekend, you want to get your music blasting, you've got your 10 speakers right in front of you there. Fantastic feature. If you look straight ahead then, you've got your 10.2 full digital cluster. This is giving you all the information you need about the car whilst you're driving it. If we also then look up, now we've talked a little bit about the panoramic roof, you can see it there, really clean, nice finish, and it's got that UV reflective glass, so it's keeping you protected. Now this is one of my, second favourite features of the interior. I always struggle to find somewhere to put my phone and to charge it. This little baby here will do both. It's a nice little area to pop the phone and it will charge it whilst it's there. I think that's a little bit of a game changer if I'm honest. And the final thing to show you, so this is the next gen sync system. It's a 15.5 inch screen. You instantly can see it's huge, it's fantastic, and it's going to become your best friend. It's an all new interface, it's clear, it's got the sharp graphics and a completely uncluttered design, and it's really, really easy to use as well. What's great about this system is it's got AI technology, and you can also set driver profiles. So you can see here it's already set to myself. If your partner jumps in the car, they can set it to them. The more you use the car, the more you engage with this system, the more it will get to learn what you like. It will adapt to you. Just a really, really great feature of the car. It's also worth mentioning the cloud connectivity. So that's built into the car. That's great if you're on a journey. It will give you the live traffic updates. Make sure you're getting wherever you're going as quickly as possible. Whilst we're in this system here, it's also worth showing you, we talked a little bit about the charging points. Now, if you click on the next EV charge, what it will do is find all of your nearby charging stations. What's great about this is it puts them in order, so it'll find your closest 120 yards there. It normally does about a 5-mile radius, but let's just see how, wow, there's absolutely loads. So we've got 50 charging stations within 2.3 miles. So as I'd said earlier, you're never ever going to struggle to find somewhere to charge this car up. And when you're ready, you can literally click it and it will map out exactly your route and how to get there. Another really, really great feature. Let's also now look at the actual navigation. So this is really easy to use. We've got a little demo that we're going to show you on screen. It's going to show you a test journey we did to Manchester. So what you're going to see in a sec is, so he's going to pop to the navigation section. He's going to start to type in where he's going to be going, which is Manchester. What's great is you can see it's showing saved and recent, and it will start to predict roughly where it thinks you might be going. So you can click that. It's now mapping that route out for you. It's just so simple to use. You can see there it's got the total miles. It's now fully mapping out that journey, so it's giving you a full trip overview, including your charging points along the way. You've got your start and your finish points. You can actually see how it's mapped it out there. It's just saving you time, energy, and making your life a lot easier. You're good to go now. You can get on your journey. We'll next look at drive modes. So you got a little glimpse of the drive modes there. Now, what you can see here, you've got 3 different drive modes. The first thing to mention about these is it's more about your mood whilst driving as opposed to the different person driving the car. So let's imagine it's a normal day, you're on your way to work, you're going to pop your active mode on, and this will give you a very normal drive. If we pop it onto Whisper, you'll see the colours change. It's giving a much more calming vibe. This is going to give you a nice quiet drive. So it's the end of the day, you're knackered, you want a nice smooth drive home. That's what this mode's going to give you. And then the third mode is one for the Mustang fans. Now the Untamed mode, you're going to see instantly has that orange aggressive vibe. This is going to make you feel like you're driving that iconic Mustang. It's going to feel aggressive. It's the weekend, you want to let your hair down, feel like you're driving a Mustang, pop yourself on Untamed mode and you're ready to go. Now, whilst we're in here, it's also worth looking at the one pedal drive. So we earlier talked about regenerative braking. This is the section, basically it's set to on, but you can turn it off if you want to. What happens with the one pedal drive is you will use your accelerator to go, but as you take your foot off the accelerator, it will start to decelerate the car. Now, it doesn't stop the brake from working, the brake will still work as normal. But what it does is, as it decelerates, it pulls the power back into the car. It's a really, really efficient way of driving, and it's just a really cool feature, I think, to have as part of the car as well. So I think we've pretty much covered off most of the key areas from the interior. I think it's time we had a little look in the boot. Now, if we pop this boot up, as soon as it's opened up, you are going to see the vast amount of space you have back here. You've got 401 litres to be exact, just in this area here. If you did need a little bit more, you can pop the rear seats down. That's going to open up an extra 1,000 litres. So you're looking at about 1,400 litres worth just in the back here. You're never going to struggle to fit anything in the boot of this car. There's plenty of room. But if you do need a little bit of extra space, there's a little hidden gem at the front of the car. Now, we had a little look in the front trunk earlier because it's where you've got your charging points, but what's great about here is you can actually remove this and it will give you an extra 81 litres worth of space. Not just that, This is fully waterproof and washable, so if you're a walker, if you've got dogs, if you need somewhere to store muddy things, this is the section for you. So it's just a nice little hidden gem there at the front of the car. Now, we've got Danny here from the dealership. Thank you for being here, Danny. So I've pretty much covered off every part of this car, and I think for me, it pretty much ticks every box. The exterior looks fantastic, interior is even better. You've got all that storage space, and it's fully electric. How do you feel about this car?
Well, this is the first time I've seen it, and I personally think it's the most stylish, most elegant, most amazing looking electric car that I've seen out on the roads.
I completely agree. Now, you guys have been sending your questions in, so me and Danny are going to try and get through a couple of those now. As I said, don't panic if we don't get through them all. Keep them coming in and we'll come back to you with some answers. So we'll start with Kirsty from Beeston. Kirsty has asked, can you use Tesla charging points?
Unfortunately not. Tesla use their own charging points. However, this does come with various charging units. You get the 3-pin plug socket and on-the-road charger as well.
There you go. We've got Dave from Bunny. Dave has asked, do I need to have a wall box fitted?
You don't. As mentioned, you do get the 3-pin plug socket on here, so you can charge it from home using a conventional plug and on the road with the on-road charger.
There you go, Dave. And then we'll do this as the last question. So we've got Ryan here from Bridgeford. Ryan has said, if I was to order, how long is delivery?
So it varies depending on which range model you're going for and your colour specification, but on average you're looking 16 to 25 weeks. 16 to
25 weeks. There you go, guys. Get your orders in. Thank you for the questions. As I said, keep them coming. If you head over to Sandicliffe Facebook page, website, these guys will come back and answer all of those questions for you. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the car as much as I have being here to introduce you guys to it. Have a lovely evening.